Going through a spiritual awakening is one of the most confusing, lonely, alienating, but also supremely beautiful experiences in life. Simply put, spiritual awakenings mark the beginning of your initiation of the spiritual path. Without experiencing a spiritual awakening, we go throughout life pursuing the emptiness of money, fame, power, and respect in an attempt to find happiness. Hi, my name is Dallas G, and welcome to my channel, Let's Talk. I'm a psychic, spiritual mentor, life coach, and my passion has always been to help you find your purpose and live your life to its full potential 100%. If you're looking for answers, if you're thirsting for a direction, different one in life, in this video, what is a spiritual awakening? I will share with you everything you need to know. And I'm also going to share with you my life experiences and what happens, what is happening while we are experiencing this spiritual awakening. If you feel this video may help a friend or a family member close to you, pass it along, share the love. Please feel free to comment on this video after watching it. And if you have any other further suggestions as to what you want to hear, I would love to hear from you. I offer personal readings, and if you would like to book an appointment with me, my website address is below in the description. Are you ready to do this? I'm excited. Let's talk. If you have experienced a spiritual awakening, you have come to see through the lies and illusions of this world. Deep in your soul, you realize that nothing external has ever and can ever bring you true happiness and fulfillment. This profound realization leaves you craving for something richer, more fulfilling, and something that will make you feel whole once again. The unsettling and the equally beautiful thing about spiritual awakenings is that they occur at the least unexpected times. There is no way you can plan for them. They lurch into your life and shake up everything up like tornadoes. But the hidden gift buried deep within them is that they occur at the precise time that you need them the most. So what is a spiritual awakening? When we undergo a spiritual awakening, we literally wake up to life. We begin to question our old beliefs, habits, and social conditioning, and see that there is much more to life than what we have been taught. It is common to ask questions such as, why am I here? What's the purpose to my life? What happens after death? Why do good people suffer? And other questions that examine the fundamental nature during your awakening. Spiritual awakenings stir the deepest and most significant questions within us that we have been putting off and asking, or have been too scared to touch. So here's my experience with the spiritual awakening process and what I have found to be common patterns. I would love to hear yours. Feel free to comment below. It starts with the beginnings of doubt, questions, in the sense that there was more to life than what you were taught as you were growing up. And not having not one thing that you feel comfortable with, or you feel comfortable with talking about. Or rather, things that you just don't want to talk about because you're still trying to understand them. So as a result, you feel alienated and suffocated, and loneliness and depression seeps in, and maybe you have chronic anxiety that is lasting for years. During this harrowing awakening process, most of my clients carry this unshakable sensation as if they are endlessly through a void of darkness. You really don't have any idea what's happening. So if you haven't heard it before this video, let me tell you this: you're not going crazy, and you're not going to burn in hell for questioning everything that you've been taught. So if you're learning this for the first time, I'm honored to be able to present them to you now. I hope if anything, that they can validate what you're going through. So, why do spiritual awakenings happen? In the first place, spiritual awakenings happen as a natural byproduct of your soul evolving, expanding, and maturing. Just as everything in life grows, so does your spiritual connection and your soul's growth. The more you connect to your soul, whether accidentally or intentionally, the more you experience transformation. The more you come to embody your soul, the more you taste true and lasting joy, peace, fulfillment, freedom, and yes, love. While the spiritual awakening process can feel painful and disturbing at first, it ultimately helps you to live a more meaningful life. The sensation that your life doesn't make any sense anymore is the byproduct of having the actual awakening, the desires. This is traumatic, but necessary as part of your spiritual expansion. What triggers the spiritual awakening process? You might be curious to know what activates spiritual awakenings. The answer is many circumstances can trigger this process. There's really no one answer. Spiritual awakenings can happen at any moment or period in your life. They can be spontaneous, but they can also be triggered by major life changes. Illnesses, tragedies, traumas such as life-threatening illnesses, car accidents, divorces, war, midlife crises, and more. It's a period in your life when we feel completely off from God or the divine. The more aware you become of your disconnection from God, the more chances you have of experiencing darkness found deep in your soul. Stay with me. You'll see what I'm talking about. Before seeing the light, i.e. spiritual awakening, we must walk through the valley of the shadow of death in order to prepare our minds and hearts for the conscious upgrade. There's no getting by that. An analogy that comes to mind that I use a lot is the analogy of getting dressed. In order to put on new clothes, you must take off the old ones. That, in a nutshell, is essentially what the dark phase of your soul is about. The old must be stripped away in order to make way for the new. This means that suffering you experience during this dark phase of the soul is for a purpose, and that is the destruction of the old, outdated beliefs, identities, habits, so you can pave the way for fresh ways of being. This life is a cycle of birth and death, and as such, going through this darkness is never a pretty or manicured experience. At its core, it's raw, it's primal, and most difficult experience known to humanity. Everything is stripped away from you. There is no light, no clarity, and no peace. But please know that this is a stage. It's momentary, and like everything in life, it will naturally fade. Here are some of the signs that I can help you with identifying what you might be experiencing during this phase. Let me see. Okay, if you feel isolated from everything others than yourself, life in general, you feel abandoned by God, the divine, your mood is almost always low and melancholic, you're lost and don't know which direction is right. Are you feeling despair and horror when observing the world? You feel a sense of existential dread. You feel deep tiredness in your bones. You lack the motivation to keep doing what you used to. Pretty much you've lost interest in most things. You keep pondering the deep questions of life. What is the purpose of this? You feel like you don't belong on this planet. This list is exhaustive. I can go on and on. So keep in mind, you might be experiencing signs that aren't even included in this conversation. You know, seek out a spiritual mentor if need be. But know this, a spiritual awakening will come and you will be better for it. In my next video, 7 spiritual awakening stages, I'll go over some general stages that define the overall flow of the spiritual awakening process. You know, I hope you like this video. I hope you like this series. Please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, Dallas G, and don't forget to share the love. I want to hear your comments, and I am really loving this. I really am, and I I am so grateful and humbled that you're actually spending quality time, because time is very important in life, and that you're sharing it with me and you're allowing me to teach you what I know. You know, that's very humbling, and I am very grateful. And as you grow, I grow, we all grow. There is no absolute answer. The answer is do, believe, believe in yourself, believe in your soul, believe that there is a light at the end of this dark, very chaotic, troublesome time that we are all experiencing. I believe in you right now, and I know that you are going to come out of this with this beautiful love and light that only you were meant to show in this world. I need you as much as you need me, and we are all one. So join me in this spiritual series. Tell me what you think. Share the love. Hit that like button. I want YouTube to know that there's somebody out there that's actually doing this right, and that they're doing this with love and light, and that the spiritual community needs to be vocal, and we need to be here, and we need to share this together and share our experiences together and voice it, so that other people out there that are wondering, what is my life purpose, what is the meaning to this, that they know that there is answers. I absolutely love this. I get so excited, I can't help it. You know what? Thank you so much. I can't wait for next week. 2 more videos on spiritual awakening, spiritual process, and everything about spirit. Bye guys. Thanks for this time.